Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris and this is Starters Orders 7. Coming off the back of an interesting but productive, I feel, Triple Crown session of racing, and then followed by an absolute chaotic descent into madness, um, really, where we had game crashes, we had recording software crashes, we had computer crashes, we had my brain crashing trying to understand things. We lost footage. I then had real issues uploading a couple of videos earlier today, and I recorded that one last night. I'm recording this episode today. So when you see them, they'll go up. They'll be uploaded on back-to-back days too. And it would be probably in 2 or 3 days' time, those will go up. I've had so many issues. I've had so many issues over the last couple of days, and then personal stuff as well. A little bit of health stuff, a little bit of family stuff, and mental health stuff for myself. So when I say it's been a wild 48 hours, it's been a wild 48 hours. I apologize that videos that have gone up today or yesterday were late with some issues. Um, can't remember when they'd actually go up. I think they were supposed to go up yesterday and they didn't, and so I've had to put them up today late, and that just seems to be an ongoing issue. There's little issues with me uploading some stuff, so I'm having to work with what I've got, basically. But apologies for delays, and stuff should still be up. There should still be something every day. I believe that we might have been late on 2 videos, one each in back-to-back days, or two the same. I can't remember. It's been a bit of a blur. With all that being said, though, we have got racing today, and I'm kind of looking now. I don't think we'll get to the end of the season today, but I've booked the end of the season. I've literally gone in and just taken everybody where I think they run right now, kind of distances, qualities. I've just tried to book as many high graded races as I can and send everybody, if possible, out on a high. I didn't really look for how long they since their last race. It looks like I'm pretty good in that. Candy Water have got races beginning of October. They'll be rested by then. And we've got 6 days for Hague Candy, and it's already been 2 weeks there. So I'm okay. Everybody has races, though. Even if it's just one, like Hague Morton, because on mile 1, it's a grade 2. The Demoiselle will come up in December. That's kind of where she looks to be. So there is that 5e. We've got October, November, and December. We've got races for Hague 5e, the Prix de la Forêt, the Breeders' Cup Mile, and the Malibu to finish off. Now, if we jump, we jump. I'm going 7 furlong mainly with 5e because of the great result in Ireland. So I think that suits. We got the Breeders' Cup Mile because, like, why not? In that one, Yves Morton. We got the Hong Kong Cup. It's the only one I'm running. It's one that I don't really want to run with anyone else, and the schedule doesn't fit. And I don't know. I don't feel that we've done a ton, but we ran really well at Chartin at a mile 2. So I think it makes sense that even if it's the only one we go with Yves Morton, that is kind of the fitting choice. So I feel okay about that. Eve Secret's got a trio. We've got the Tenor Show, which I don't know based on what we've done at a mile 2. I do feel we're slightly more a mile 1, but that's fine. We've got the Champions Cup at the end in Japan for a nice send-off. We've got the Tenor Show first, and then not a large kind of turnaround before the Breeders' Cup Classic, but we've got plenty of time to get fit before then. We've got probably enough time to get fit in between the two, and we end with a race we think we can win anyway. And if we don't win any of them, it's fine. I really like the horse. I'm going to be breeding from the horse. It's not going to go against me in any way, shape, or form. I'm not going to be super, super mad about it or sad about it. It hasn't worked out how we wanted, and the trials kind of built our hopes up, and we haven't hit those highs that we thought we were. And that just happens, and we can't change it. I've got to accept it. And like a lot of things in my life right now that are in those positions, then I've just kind of got to accept it and not try and change it when there's no way to change it. Just futility and frustration and madness that way. So we're gonna let it be what it's gonna be. Eve's Secret has 3 races, giving them again as much of a chance as I can. Hey Candy gets actually a lot because we've got a good set of mile races at this point of the season. We didn't quite run the futurity well. We blew up. I'm going to push to a mile rather than 7 furlongs. I think that spread the races out better, and I believe that Hey Candy can run a mile. If we're not going to win at a mile, we're unlikely to have won at 7 anyway. But there's a chance that we could be walking out with Hey Candy just like fully bloody topped out here with 4 Grade 1 wins. I'm not expecting that for sure. The summer's okay. Shadwell Turf Mile is going to be interesting. The QE2, we might have to skip that one. It's at a mile, so we might not have to skip it, but Ascot's crashing again for some reason, so who knows? And then the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf, I've got no idea. That's kind of one we could win, we could come last. I think we've got the quality, but it's on the day in the field that we run against. I just don't know. Um, so we'll just let them run and see. But they are up first today. We got Modern Eve with the Rodeo Drive, then the Flower Bowl, and then at the end of the season, the American Oaks, all at a mile 2. A little bit of an advantage being the only female in the stable at 3-year-old. That opens up so much. And we did well at the Oaks Invitational. The Travers wasn't too bad. There's a chance that we can kind of get her a few wins before we throw her into the breeding barn for next season. Doesn't look like she should make it. We could bin off the American Oaks, but I just don't think I need to right now. But yeah, that's always an option. Stardrom, I've got mile 1, which is just where I think it will thrive. And so Pennsylvania Derby, Hollywood Derby. And the best thing for me is if we do well here, and let's say we go unbeaten, we win these 2 nicely, that does open up 4-year-old racing at 1 mile 1 with Stardrom. And even though I didn't feel comfortable in the Triple Crown races, it looks like a really, really good horse. And there are all those big races as a 4-year-old that we normally don't run. We ran them last year. This year because of Brex. Yeah, I think that's a possibility. And who knows what happens there. Just like Brex 4-year-old season, don't care. 3-year-old season, if we go unbeaten, great. But yeah, there's a little bit of a future here for Stardrom, maybe moving into next season, depending what happens. Eve's Water, there wasn't much here, and again, we're kind of okay. We're probably pushing a bit too much to a mile 2, but there aren't that many mile 1s. And so I'm just going to run the Jockey Club Gold Cup because A, why not? And B, it doesn't really matter to me. The race is a big race, but I don't really mind. Hold on. I've got Candy Star in there too. I might pull Eve's Water. I don't know. There isn't another one for Eve's Water. I don't know exactly how this is going to line up. But I might pull Eve's Water or Candy Star out of it. I just don't have much for Candy Star either. I could put the Champion Stakes on Eve's Water, maybe? Can't give you any of her races. I kind of want to run the Breeders' Cup Classic. And the tennis show, but I guess if we just stay in Japan with Eve's Secret, and then we just make sure that Candy has Calvin, and then we can go to Eve's Water, who doesn't have any races. And this is just how I went and booked it all. Just a mile 2, and bang, check all the races out. So only available for the classic there. Don't know how I feel about that one. Yeah. I don't know. There's something about the Gold Cup I kind of fancied with Eve's Water. And then the Breeders' Cup Classic. Maybe. I mean, that to me possibly makes sense. And then we can just make sure that Candy Star. Why have I got you secret? Oh my god. Eve's Water. Right, so they got the Gold Cup. Eve's Secret's got the Tennis Show and the Champions Cup. And then Candy Star's got the British Champions Stakes and the Breeders' Cup Classic. Okay. I feel a little better about that. So, a little bit of faffing about there. But we got 2 for Candy. We got Eve's Water just running 1. Probably never going to get that grade 1, but if we do, wow, what a story. We got Stardrom with a couple of pretty decent races, to be fair. Gonna be tough. A decent field, that's for sure. But if we run well, we know what we're doing next season. Modern Eve has got the 3 because she's a filly. Hey Candy's got 4 because we're at a mile. We got the 3 on 5e. And we've got just the 1 on Haig Morton. So that's the only one that makes sense because they're the only 2-year-old that's jumped. I just need to double check that, but they are the only 2-year-old that has jumped. So cool. That being said, we can set ourselves up. Everybody has been bred. We're all good to go. Day before the race, Hey Candy. And we have our first race of the video. Chance to get back to normality. Chance to kind of end the craziness in the game and in my life right now to a certain degree. Gonna save. Oh no, Woodbine, we're in the rails. We're not crashing at Woodbine, but we're gonna save. Who knows? Canada's been really, really, really difficult for us in the last few races. So 1 mile summer, class 1, grade 1 for 2-year-olds upon the turf. Your favourites are going to be Baudelaire a Fleet and another horse we're not seeing yet. Is it us? It's probably us, right? I'm going to say it's us. Hey, Candy, it is us. Beautiful. So it's the blue with green sleeves. That will be the other favourite. And there on the other side of the rail, just coming up. No, they're right at the back on the other side of the rail. I see, at the rear. Love that. Yeah, I guess we are supposed to be going around this way. It's hard to tell when half the field splits onto the wrong side of the tracks like that. Very dangerous, but we are in alongside Tight Fast behind Crystal Colonges and Testavin Stranger. Down now then to the final 1.5. It looks like we do have room to run. We're in between the two different rails. Oh, that's got to hurt. We hit the furlong post, but we're still running somehow. What a horse. What a performance. Against all odds, getting hurt by the post. And right to the death. I didn't expect us to get up, but we did. Haig Candy nails again at Woodbine. Grade 1, 2-year-old. Forget the 3-year-olds, forget the craziness, forget the disappointments. Haig Candy is up next, and those two names together, Candania Terry, what a horse, but too short a distance for the Triple Crown. Brisingham and Haig, what a horse, too long for the Triple Crown. Haig Candy, who knows next season? Chance for optimism. That's a big one. That's a big one. A grade 3, a grade 2, not a great grade 1. We did blow up. Not going to hold it against them. We take the summer. That is absolutely phenomenal. I don't think the potentials are going to grow anymore. I think we've hit our limits. Even though there is more that technically could grow, we're just not going to be able to. So, yeah, we get some rest, and we've got the Shadwell Turf Mile, the QE2, and the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. This gives me a little bit more hope now for those final 2 races, but I'm happy with a grade 1 winning 2-year-old. Nice. Just a nice run. I've been skipping too many races by accident. I know there's none today. I know there's only this one today. But we're going to do that anyway to make sure. Where are we traveling? Santa Renita and Parks. So I do need to know who we're being ridden by. Stardrom or Modern Eve. Well, Modern Eve's going to find someone else. And it's going to be Walter de la Cruz, very solid jockey. I'm kind of happy with that. And then it does allow us to go with Calvin there. So I'm double checking my dates, so I'm not making those same silly mistakes. But yeah, good run for Haig Candy. Very, very good. So Haig 5e and Haig Candy both now have a grade 1. And not only do they have those grade 1s, we've got a Canadian grade 1 and we've got an Irish grade 1. And to me, that kind of speaks a little more about us. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's really cool. We're not going to be able to get a grade 1 on Haig Morton unless I change up my booking slightly, which I'm kind of tempted to do. I'm kind of tempted to try a grade 1 mile or 7 furlong towards the end of the season. I just don't think that's going to work out for us. I mean, definitely not there, right? Is there anything here somewhere that I might want to run? Like for fillies? It's going to be so difficult to get that distance. I might want to try. I just might want to try that one. The chance to get the grade 1. We're already not a perfect horse. Far from it. So I don't feel like there's too much that I'm going to miss out on there. And this is an interesting one for me. Stardrom, after the poor showing in the trials. Modern Eve as well. An abysmal showing in the trials. But they both run okay. Both in the trials, nothing to sniff at. And that Haskell was pretty good from Stardrum. So, yeah. Yeah, I kind of think we could be okay. So we got Parks and we got Santa Anita today. We're going first to Santa Anita for the Rodeo Drive. Okay. Starine is here. Kind of it. Bootylicious is a grade tour we've seen. Looks like one warm, two cool. And we're a little bit lighter weight just because. And this is going to be upon the turf. So a little bit of a different one there, but Modern Eve against the rail on the inside. Gets off not too shabby at all. That's quite decent. Alexa Chief, the grey is there with key setting and Broom Carnival. Back to Kivavate Hour, Beachdale Secrets, and then Alasai Bootylicious. Starring Crest, the horse we really do know specific, Penang, and at the back, Trovale Moore. We are at the front, though, chased down by Alexa Chef, that nice grey in second. The field coalesces behind us. Upon the back stretch, we're going to go round this left-hander. And 1.5 from home now, onto the home stretch. The final push. We're still out in front by a couple of lengths and slightly distancing. No real people coming up from deep. Starring Crest is now there, appearing with Broom Carnival. They're coming quick, they're coming strong, but hand in the air. Modern Eve does not give any fuss whatsoever. Out to the front, ran their race well. Gets up, gets out, gets clear. And Calvin stands up in the stirrup, salutes the crowd on a beautiful race well run. A filly comes home with another grade 1. Love that. Love that. Yeah, not the most difficult race in the world, but she is at least performing and performing pretty well. That Travers, if just a little bit extra there, if we run a little bit better, then this would look so much more impressive. Yeah, that's great. That's absolutely great, though, for me. Love seeing that from her. And then we will be going to Parks for our next one, Stardrum. Little mile 1 here. Oh, it's not Calvin, was it? That wasn't even Calvin riding. That was a subpar jockey. Probably like the 3rd or 4th best in the world. Not the best. But yeah, Calvin and Stardrum, better horse, better jockey, against a much better field. Bolton is here. Kutasov's here. Zamakot is here. Duckling is here. Those will be the main names, but your favorite will be the beautiful Stardrum, the dark horse in so many ways. Out okay, gonna move up towards the front behind Piccadilly Donna. We got Maximilian Swinger dropping back to Rududu Emerson, exceedingly banned. Zamakot and Pershan Jota, and then Prosecco Kutasov, Bolton Durland, and Servetta Duckling. Couple of real dangerous horses at the rear, possibly coming to close as we round this turn. We're not clear, we're not easy, we're going to kick out on 2 furlongs though. We're going to go for this one. Stardrum now starting to motor down the home stretch. Exceedingly banned coming with us. We're inside a furlong from home. Not being caught, not distancing. Now we're starting to distance. Durland is making their way up the field, but they can't get anywhere close. We're going to take this very, very nicely. What a run for Stardrum. What a run for Modern Eve. What a day of racing. Back to back, saluting the crowds. 2 of our horses, 2 different jockeys, 2 different racetracks. Sparks and Santa Anita. We salute the crowd. We take the grade 1s. And we show just what quality we have, and that's absolutely phenomenal. For me, that is absolutely phenomenal. It's what we thought Stardrum was. Kind of lent a bit too heavily on the trials. And there is a note of warning. Sometimes horses don't perform well in the trials. Sometimes they overperform in the trials. And I think Eve's Secret overperformed the trials and doesn't run that well in game. Stardrum vastly underperformed in the trials, but can run in the game. The only problem is we're pretty much, I feel, nailed on at a mile 1 with Stardrum. I'm not sure if there's capability to move on anymore. Yeah. I think I want to just think about what we can do. Is there another race to give Modern Eve? Because I feel like there could be somewhere. I feel like there could be somewhere. Being a filly, there's definitely going to be races there. Because that's going to be Stardrum. That's going to be Eve's Secret. But is there other races that we can go do? Like the Distaff? Kind of want a mile 2, but a mile 1 might suit. That might suit. I don't know, I just feel like there's a chance of extra races there. There's a chance for extra races. And up next, we've got 2 real interesting ones. We got Belmont here, we got Belmont there. So Calvin can ride both. Yeah, okay. Eve's Water, chance at that grade 1, and then Haig Morton, just see what the Frizette can do and maybe win a grade 1 and get grade 1s across the board. Maybe. I just don't want to see injuries at this point. I think that would be a real shame. Since we're kind of all where we're supposed to be. Still at a mile. Mile 2, you were quite high, but run at a mile 1. Eve's Water's where you're supposed to be. Morton's where you're supposed to be. Just want to see, did anybody else jump? Is there any movement on those bars? No. Good. Solid. Should really check all of these as well, because to be fair, we've raced a whole heck of a lot, and I just want to make sure that we are fully ready. So Modern Eve's going to have another 8 days. Hopefully that's enough to get ready, but we're not over racing, which is good. Okay, big difficult race. Very difficult race. I know Dancerella's in this one and is the favourite. And I really like that horse. So this is going to be a big test here. Dover Slayer. Probably a better horse, to be fair. Love that horse too. Those are going to be the big issues. Dover's is a little bit wound up. Starring Crest, okay. Scottish Glimmer, Tennessee Pilot, don't really know them. And Anita Traffic has never done anything that I've seen. So yeah, Jockey Club Gold Cup, Eve's Water at Belmont. I have no idea. I have no idea. But if we can win, it'd be quite big against this field and the quality of horses that I truly think are in this one. We got Scottish Glimmer and Dover Stare going to the front. We're just in front of Anita Traffic. Dancerella Guest on the outside, Starring in the middle, Tennessee Pilot on the inside. We're running in no man's land, looking to bridge up to Glimmer just before the turn. Getting in position, make sure we have a little shot at this. Dover Slayer is there. They are little wound up. They're probably going to fall off. Coming off here now, the final 1.5 onto the home stretch. And Eves Water's going to start kicking on, pushing past Dover Slayer. Dancerella Guest on the outside is probably going to start coming up to final half a furlong. Eves Water has no real pace and falls off it. Can't quite get up. Dancerella's going to take this from Dover's. We're just going to hold on to third. We knew this was going to be ridiculously tough. Eves Water ran so well in the trials, but is not quite there when it comes to being a Grade 1 winner. Low enthusiasm. Is that what's holding this one back? Maybe, possibly. Doesn't seem like there's anything truly wrong with the horse. We're just not quite going with one. Want to be shorter trip. Okay. We kind of knew that, but I want to give Stardrum their runs. I think that's fine. We knew that one would be tough today. We knew that one would be tough. And it's not bad, though. You know, fourth in the Pacific Classic, that's a little bit down from where I thought we would be. Then the Woodward really tough. Again, we're a little bit behind Dancerella, but at least we know they're a good horse. And they do beat us again today, but we're so close. We are so close with Dancerella and Dover, so we both know are top horses. And these Waters not far behind them. So we're just not quite at that level where we can comfortably pick up these victories, I don't feel. And I just don't believe that there's anything really I can run here. There is the clock. The only thing that's there. Breeders' Cup, Mile, QE2. Okay. None of you should have been. Oh, yes, because they're all three. Why did they show up on my list if they're threes? I'm a little puzzled by that. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little puzzled by that. You got 2 runs, you got your 2 runs. You got 3 because female. You got 2 because female. You got 1. You got 1. You got 1. Okay, so we can find 5-year race. Don't know where. Like, I click that and then it still shows up sometimes with those 3-year-old races, and I don't know why. So there's absolutely nothing. And if I go to 1-year-old, I mean, at least you got a couple of options. I'm just going to make sure that we're not double booking at all there. Digmon's got the frisette. Yeah, like we're not double booking there. We just got the junior turf here. Because we already have someone in. You gonna have more distance? I don't think so. You gonna have more distance? I'd hope so. I don't know. Like, I don't know. If I get rid of the champagne and book you in on the champagne, I got room between those two. I mean, that's maybe just the best we can do. I don't know. Okay, so the game's still being a little silly in places, but not bad so far. Really not bad. We're coming away with some decent results. You know, Eastwater didn't quite get these. Morton, we still got a shot. Probably not going to go well. But we're picking up some decent little results here. And we're getting like into this part of the season now where some of these races are amongst the best competition we're going to face on the entire schedule. We're going to really struggle in parts. And stuff like sending Hig 5e on a day's notice to the Prix Jean-Luc Lagardère Longchamp could be very silly, but I don't know. Laid back American, an American, or three. Well, laid back American, warm American, two other Americans, none of which have grades. An ungraded Canadian, and then 6 unraced domestic horses from France. Like, okay. I don't know. Allowance races, conditions races, second in the summer to Hague Candy. Okay. Expect this to be a very nice horse. I didn't recognize the name there, but expect this to be a nice horse. That's fine. Couple of allowances, couple of conditions, and then unrest. Yeah, I don't know. Us and the Canadian, two favourites, makes sense to me. Let's go run it at Longchamp. Let's go to Paris. Let's go to France. 1 mile Cotard. Prix Jean-Luc Lagardère. Class 1, Grade 1 for €2 upon the Parisian turf. Pretty sure I'm going to have to flip the camera the way we're going round, so let's do that. We'll zoom in. Ready for the start, and we're off okay on the inside. A little bit of a delay, but we are going to catapult to the front. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I thought would happen. At the back, we've got Medida Tamba, Himea Dalliance, Protect the House Cat, Giants Parnell, and Sporting Critique with Ascot Wets and Karnak Velocity leading those out. Eavesdropper Mystery in that mix with Chadford Stefano and Afar Carter right there alongside us. We do move up. Final furlong and a half. Poker Watson has been leading us out. We are going to blow past them and take over the lead at the furlong marker. We do have Sporting Cricket, the Canadian, on the outside, coming on strongly. We have Ascot Watts up now into second place and driving for home. But hand in the air, Hague 5, he says, this one's mine. I'm here. I'm gonna win this one and claim a grade 1 for another good 2-year-old that we've got in France. Long distance to go. Came, saw, conquered, hand in the air. What a run. The 2-year-olds, the 2-year-olds are just there. The 2-year-olds are just there. Not a great run by Cricket. Ascot Watts was a little wound up, so maybe that's why they hung back. Poker Watson, a little cool. Maybe that's why he hung back. And yeah, the other two Americans right up in the mix as well, 3rd and 6th. So the top 6 are all foreign, and the unraced domestics just got absolutely butchered. And I don't care. I just don't care. Back-to-back grade 1s. We go to Curra, we take it. We move up to a mile, we take that. Both fairly comfortable. Probably says no to me, Hague 5e is a miler because we won that a lot more comfortably than we did the 7 furlong. And that gives me a little bit of hope then. Tiny little bit of adaptability needed to get to the extra 110. Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Who knows? Who knows? We're definitely not gaining potential, which is a sad thing. But a very good run, a very good win. Pretty sure there's nobody else here, but we're gonna just see. We're just gonna see it out. But pretty good from 5e. And yeah, like, Haig Morton's coming up, and there's question marks there over distance, for sure. But if we can get down in the adaptability, which we might be able to do, if we don't get blown up with the enthusiasm or the consistency or the confidence, none of which are amazing, then who knows, the Frisette could be something there. Highly doubt it. I highly, highly doubt it. Your Belmont. Just want to double check. I've kind of let some of those kind of things slip. Hey, Candy. Going to Belmont as well. Ran really well earlier. Fit and ready to race. Looks like a bit of a monster. A best 2-year-old, I think, by far. And yeah, we'll see what he does, and especially as a 3-year-old. But thinking that Candy Star ran really well for us, and Small Drum also came from Candaria. Terry ended up winning 3 grade 1s. Didn't do amazing, but 3 grade 1s. Didn't breed well with Towery Audience or Eve's Era. Bred well with Krabbies, bred well with Ingleby Star, and bred well with Brasingham and Haig. What Terry could have been. Still got 4 grade 1s, just couldn't get above 7 furlong. And that's Hannah Park's only worthwhile horse too. But it's nice to know, yeah, still looks good. Kind of getting to that point where maybe the potential is going to drop off. And we're going to be left with horses that can't really fill their potential because of the way the bar looks. But we got them breeding with Nod Forms again, who is a good horse, and I think could breed pretty well. But it's nice company for Hey Candy to be in, and a good bloodline that's kind of come through, independent really of Ingleby Star, or I was going to say Eve's Era, but yeah, of both of them. This is just Haig and Candania Terry. So the other good thing I like about this is we could easily breed this into one of those Eves or Ingleby lines both. This turns out the way I think it might. So, okay, 1 mile Champagne. Here at Belmont, Class 1, Grade 1, 2-year-olds upon the dirt. I almost said it before it came up. We will be second favourite, I believe. I didn't really check who was the favourite, but I think we're either joint favourite or second favourite. There we go. So Streak Baldini, blue with white sleeves, will be the favorite. And they are towards the back. In fact, it looks black on me, that number 8, that black horse with those black silks. It looks blue on the list, but not in the game. We're up front. We've got Fight Bargain, Dolphin Judge, Principal Tenacious, and Aztec Castile. There on the outside goes Baldini. It wouldn't slow down for me. We're getting blocked off terribly at the moment. We're going to have to come and find our way through. And we do, and we're still moving. And I think we might win. We might be disqualified by the judges. It looked there like we were moving about a little bit, and other horses moving the same time. That could be stripped away by a steward's inquiry. Just prepare ourselves for that. But easily the best horse in the field. Easily winner. Not even close. And it doesn't go to the stewards. That is great for us. A Haig, Candy, again, another little 2 grade 1 winning. 2-year-old, just looks good, runs well, and we're kind of kicking in at the end of the season. We're not being over raced. We're not in danger of that. I think Brisingham and Haig has a lot of stamina in a lot of ways. He has the constitution to run a lot as well as get to distance. And those little 2-year-olds are kind of proving both as well. We're jumping early. Can we stay next season in the mile 1, mile 2 range? Or is someone like Hey Candy gonna jump a little beyond? I think they might be okay. Hig Morton could jump beyond. And Hig 5e, we're still there. We're still looking okay. We're still looking okay. So back to Belmont today then. Modern Eve and Hig Morton, the 2 fillies. I think the Frisette, the Frisette is first, so Hig Morton. Palencia Viking, a grade 1 winning 2-year-old. That's kind of what we're here for with Hig Morton. I will say with his stamina, and we probably want more distance, and we, might want a lot more. You know what we're going to do. Don't trail. Challenge earlier. We're running shorter than we want to. This gives us a chance, a slight chance. It's still going to be difficult, and there is a really good horse that seems to love to run 6 and 7 furlongs. So I'm hoping they're really a 7 that's going to struggle to get up, where a mile 1 that's going to struggle to get down. And that kind of evens the playing field. Moth looks okay, running at 6s and 7s. 6s and 7s for much seen. 6s and 7s and 5s there. 7s not well. A mile, but not well. 7 is their best finish. So, yeah, I don't know if anybody's really on distance. And that does give us a chance. So, Hig Morton, the first of our 2 fillies today. We have a shot. We don't know how much of a shot, but we are not going to trail. We're going to go earlier. We're going to try and use up that stamina and just get things done. Probably our only chance at a grade 1 right now. In fact, I know it is because the schedule is empty. We do go towards the back a little. We do make our way up. And we don't get blocked off. And I'm happy with that. That's not bad. Much seen up at the front. Evervescent Moth up alongside us against the rail. We got Lingis here and Shilpa Brown. Back to Palencia Viking. Movimento Dancing and Flaggy El Nancy. And we are going to go here a little bit. Palencia Viking on the outside. I said to go early. Doesn't look to me like we went early at all. Just didn't have Didn't have that distance adaptability, couldn't quite get down, didn't really run and go as early as we wanted, just felt off the pace, and that's totally understandable. Still a top three, not a mile back, 1.5 back off the winner. And yeah, that's a solid run. It's not where we want to be, but I think we had to give it a shot. We had to give her a shot at a grade one, and there isn't anything. But at least we know right now that at a mile one, mile two, she'll be pretty decent. And so next season, that allows us to start booking one or two of those early for her. And depending whether the other two jump or not, we still have the other prep races for the Kentucky Derby. So we can give each of them a prep grade one, mile one. I'll feel okay with her if the other two get distance. I'll feel okay with them as well. They're all running well. So we will have shots we can take. We 100% will. And I feel comfortable with that. So good run, not great, but nothing to be sad about, nothing to be mad about for me. We have the Flower Bowl for Modern Eve, and this is probably on distance again. We just ran the Rodeo Drive really well. We ran the Oaks Invitational really well. The Travers just head, short head, or head, short head, I believe, between 1 and 4, where we finished. Kind of got to have a little bit of confidence in this one. A solid field. We know a few of the horses. We don't really think that they're as good as we can be. We never know what's going to happen, though, but we are here at the Flower Bowl, 1 mile 2, Class 1, Grade 1 for 3-year-olds and above on turf. It is an all fillies race. Ponita Gran is here, solid horse. Alexa Chief, starring song as well. We know they can do bits, but not really much that we worry about. Alasi Bootalicious as well. Smooch Descent is an okay horse too. Gecko, Swiss, Tracer. I don't really know. I think we are rightly the favourite here on the outside. And we do not get away too badly. A little delay, but off to the front we go. Bootylicious and Starring in behind us. Tracer coming up alongside us there, just off our haunches. The grey of Alexia Chef. And then Smooch Descent, Gecko, Andalea, Swiss Ness, and Ponita Gran on the outside at the rear of the field. Coming round the turn, people are moving into position, briefly get headed, and then Bootylicious comes. We don't like that. We see a horse alongside us coming off the turn, and Modern Eve just goes. Starring Song is gonna come up, but do they have the true pace? Smooch Descent from deep coming up. Swiss Nace as well. Down now inside the final half a furlong, and oh my God, Starring Song, all that promise is fulfilled. So many times we've seen this horse run, so many times it has not been able to get there. And just consistently beaten out by better horses. I feel like that's the run of its life. It attacked from deep, it attacked with power, it drove through the line, and it causes a bit of an upset here at the Flower Bowl. Not a bad run at all. That is the third Grade 1 win. Going all the way back to February for their second Grade 1, which was the Nagi Motors Cup. And then, yeah, the Futurity is a 2-year-old. So, wow. Futurity is a 2-year-old. February this year is a 4-year-old. They get their second, and then they're waiting the entire year. The entire year. Just cannot get up. Close at the Prince of Wales. Spinnaker's a good horse. Got kind of beaten out there. Let's just watch Spinnaker. I like that horse. I do like that horse. I've never watched them. But yeah, just constantly not quite getting there. Probably like a mile 3, if I'm to guess, because they're going to go for the mile 4. I was surprised that they weren't in a couple of races this year. And they only ran the Derby last year. So, yeah, I don't think there's been a ton of opportunities, but a good run. And I'm kind of pleased to lose to them in some kind of weird way, you know? It feels like we've seen that horse a lot. And it's been just kind of average. This just felt like that one race that they needed to win and really kind of put themselves back on the map. And they did so. Modern Eve will take the loss, but that is what it is. Yeah, I don't truly mind that. I know what we've got. I know it's a good horse. I know we're going into the breeding barn. I don't need the fuss over a win here or there. I feel pretty good about it. So there is that. And yeah, a big weird one here, and I don't know quite what we're gonna be able to do here. I don't know quite what we're gonna be able to do here. It's another race where we're slightly lower than the distance we want. It's a trip out to Britain, the Quipco Champion Stakes at Ascot. Don't crash. Please don't crash. We did save just before coming in. So last one of the video. We'll go over the end of season, I think, in the next one. It's that pink triangle. Pink triangle. Or in Welsh, chance for you to learn here. Triangle pink. So, pink with a C on the end, not a K. Triangle pink. We hate it. We hate it. But it's there. Yeah. Don't Trail, challenge earlier, Candy Star. We've got a great horse. This, I was gonna say this might not matter too much, and then it just crashes out of nowhere like that. So, no, I don't want to go to backup. I want to do this. I just make sure I'm selecting the right things. Make sure we're loading the right way to avoid as many crashes. So yeah, Candy Star. We might not have the pink triangle. Oh my god. Much cheats? Don't forget to mention down in the comments how I cheated to crash the game to get rid of a pink triangle. Start the rumors now. Don't join the bandwagon. Drive it. Yeah, no pink triangle. It is what it is. Don't Trail, challenge earlier, finish the race with style and grace. Candy Star, 1 mile, 2 furlong, Quipco Champion Stakes. Class 1, Grade 1 for 3 rows and above on the Turf B. It's always the Turf B that crashes. I don't think we win. I'm gonna say it right now. I don't think we actually win. We have a chance to, but I don't believe that we do. Aaron Spinmaker is here. Almo Tref book, I don't think it's as good as we thought they were. Neither is Bolton DeLond, but both are threats, 100%. Those are all the graded races. If I had to handpick a winner that wasn't us right now, 1,000,000%, I'm choosing Dana Dana Panzer, otherwise known as the Danda Panzer, for so long. Which, yeah, would just be magical for me at some level as well. Let's go to the result then. Yeah, we don't win, and it is Spinnaker and DeLonde up ahead of us. So we didn't have the distance. We couldn't get that done. Not too bad, though. Not too bad. Crash aside, not too bad. So, yeah, that's where we're going to leave things. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Check out the memberships if you're available to. And, yeah, leave your comments. Like I say, how bad was that? Crashing the game to get rid of a pink triangle. Get outraged in the comments. Um, yeah, I don't know why Ascot crashes. I don't know when it's going to crash. We've run 5 furlongs, 6 furlongs, a mile 1, a mile 2, a mile 4. And I don't think any of those have crashed. Um, in the Aussie save and in the British save, we've in 2 different breeding saves, 1 British, 1 Aussie. I've had, I believe, a mile 6 that we've run because we've run the St. Ledgers. It's not at Ascot though, is it? So, yeah, I think 5, 6, 7 mile 1, mile 2, mile 4. I don't think we've run a mile 3 there, but none of those have crashed. I'm not sure if they're all on different tracks. They might not be on Turf B, which might be the one that's crashing. I've tried to fix it. I don't know kind of how to do it, so we just kind of skip Ascot as a race course. Although, it doesn't usually... Nope, okay. Well, it is going to crash on a reload. Or on a replay. It normally doesn't. That's new. Cool. And now I'm just thinking, did that race even run? Oh my god, did we just like crash to get a better result than that? Conspiracy theorists, activate. Let's go. Um, Third. Beautiful. 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 Spinnaker. Oh, DeLon gets kind of screwed, but it doesn't really matter. So just make sure that we're going to save a couple of times. So yeah, that's kind of where we're going to leave it. As I say, like, comment, subscribe. Do appreciate it. Check out the memberships. We've got the Demoiselle for Haig Morton. We've got the Hong Kong Cup for Yves Morton. Yves Water will be able to run the Clark and maybe get that Group 1 win that's avoiding them. We've got Stardrom going for the Hollywood Derby. Yves Secret's got the Tenor Show. And then the Champions Cup. Haig 5e has the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. You jumped. Haig's 5e jumped. It was Haig Morton that was a mile 1. Haig 5e just jumped. And we kind of just jumped into this distance. We were a little under, now we're a little over it. But Haig 5e just jumped. Before a 3-year-old season, we got 2 2-year-olds. Hey, Candy didn't jump. Okay, we got the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf, the one I didn't want to jump. Woo. So that's good there. We got a mile 1, a mile and 110, and then we got a mile. That's fine. Breeders' Cup Distaff and Modern Eve, and then the American Oaks. I think both of those are solid choices. And then the Breeders' Cup Classic might suit Candy Star. They don't love a mile 2 sometimes, but yeah. So that's going to be the end of our season. That's what we're going to run in the next one and take a look at who we've bred and I look forward to the next season. But I think we're in such a good place right now. The 2-year-olds look phenomenal. The 3-year-olds, a little bit of a mixed bag, but still really, really good. We've earned 15 million this season. We had what, 28 or something last season? because of just how dominant Brex was. And Brasingham and Haig was running, I believe, then at 5 years of age or 6 years of age. I use 4 as well. Okay, well, whatever. Um, yeah, I think in a really good place. And we do have horses that can run the Pegasus World Cup and Dubai World Cup, etc., and all those big, big races. And the Everest, I keep thinking about the Everest at the end of videos and never remember to book anybody into it. If we have someone at about a mile, we can run the Everest. I'm pretty sure it's on this schedule. Need to remember that one. So, hey, it is what it is. Not a bad video. Definitely better than the last one. The loss is more understandable and acceptable. The performances as a whole a lot better. And like I said, the 2-year-olds I feel really stole the show today. So give them some love in the comments down below as well. Join the conversation on the channel. And I will see you next time. Till then, thank you very much for being here and a part of this journey. Much love to you all. Good luck. All the best to you. Stay safe. And I'll see you soon.